Hey, World Warriors, I'm Brian CrowMn for A CrowMn Review, and welcome back! The January break wasn't too unbearable, was it? I mean, I tried throwing you guys at least a little something with those Final Fight Let's Plays. Hopefully my accuracy was just a little bit better than Facedown Ninja's knife throwing.
Hey, Chip, get out of the way!
Aww. I'm kidding, but enough about breaks. Do you guys even know what today is? Yeah, exactly 1 year ago, I uploaded my very first CrowMn review video on Street Fighter Alpha's very own Rainbow Micah. No! Mika! Rainbow Mika! But more on that later. For now, I thought I would celebrate this 1 year anniversary by looking at not just one Joshi wrestler, but a 2004 game devoted to the entire sport of women's wrestling. This is Rumble Roses.
Are you ready for the new sensation? Well, here's a shot heard around the world. Are you backroom boys salute when the flag unfurls? Guess who's back in circulation? Well, I don't know.
Guys, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's really difficult for me to even start this review. I mean, being the wrestling fan that I am, when I think of women's wrestling in Japan, I think of its incredible legacy and reputation in the world of professional wrestling, with legends like Bull Nakano and Aja Kong. Rumble Roses could have been a great way to bring Joshi wrestling to an American audience during a time when, surprisingly, women's wrestling in America was actually pretty awesome, dominated by talented wrestlers like Trish Stratus, Victoria, and Lita, instead of the divas we have on television today. I mean, this game was developed by Konami. Konami! But what did the makers of friggin' Metal Gear Solid decide to give us instead?
Titty, ass!
Instead of original, well-thought-out characters, hell, maybe even some based on real-life Joshi stars, we get a roster that reads more like the women's section of a Halloween costume shop. Take your pick between the sexy cowgirl, the sexy ninja, the sexy demon, the sexy schoolgirl, the sexy teacher, the sexy nurse. And then they had the gall to forget the sexy cat girl.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
I know! Gameplay! Rumble Roses was easy to learn with an especially basic control scheme played at an arcade game pace, meaning it's really friggin' fast. A typical match lasts roughly 3 minutes on average, and you know, if you're into professional wrestling video games as much as me, you're probably looking at these clips and thinking, man, this shit looks really familiar to me. And you'd be right, because Rumble Roses was built on the same engine that ran WWE's SmackDown series of wrestling games. Crazy, right? The only downside to that is recycled animations. I mean, obviously if you've never played a SmackDown game before, you're not going to notice, but I've played every single one. And I can pick out animations that are like 4 years old. They stand out that much. Don't get me wrong, Rumble Roses is packed with a ton of their own original moves and animations, and a lot of them are pretty kick-ass. But then you have...
Real shame. Ouch! Ow!
The game also includes a story mode, though calling it a story mode might be giving it too much credit, especially when you have cutscenes of this caliber.
Cowgirl, very worthy opponent, but I still crush.
Okay, let's see what you got, sweetie.
Huh?
What?
Cowgirl has teats more magnificent than my sheep.
What? I want to say no, but I don't know enough about sheep anatomy to dispute that. Hang on one second. Can't believe I have to make this fucking phone call.
Incoming transmission. Incoming transmission.
Rob phone? Rob speaking.
Hey, Facedown, what do you know about sheep jugs?
Are you asking for my professional opinion about sheep or my professional opinion about jugs? Well, they're smaller than a cow's, and that might be why sheep produce less than 2% of the milk in the world. But on the other hand, their milk that they do produce is far more nutritious and is actually better for creating cheeses and the like. Of course, depends on your sense of taste. And oh god, why do I know all of this?
I don't think I want to know.
Yeah.
Thanks. Anyways, it ain't all bad. If there's one saving grace in this game, one positive thing that I can say about it, it's the vow system. Before matches, you have the option of setting a number of goals to shoot for during a match that can be anything from hitting your finishing move, using weapons, or winning without taking any damage. And depending on what you actually accomplish, it shifts your character alignment between good guy and bad guy. The best thing about that is each character has their own good guy and bad guy persona, each with their own original entrance, moveset, appearance, theme song. For example, if you use Reiko Hinomoto as a good guy, she's an MMA-inspired wrestler trying to live up to the legacy of her mother's career. But use her like a bad guy with the vow system, and she becomes Rowdy Reiko, the leader of a biker gang called... Wait.
I'm Queen Cobra, the leader of the Road Warriors.
You get the point though, right? Your character changes based on how you choose to play them. That's like one of the friggin' best ideas that I've ever heard of for a wrestling game. Good enough to be used in any wrestling game. And the reason nobody's heard of it is because it's buried underneath all of this excessive TNA and friggin' mud wrestling matches. Fuck Rumble Roses. While the gameplay is built on a solid engine, has the best graphics possible on a PlayStation 2, and admittedly, one really awesome idea, its presentation is too shallow and insulting to take any real enjoyment from. Every time I see something remotely impressive, it's immediately followed up by big mud-covered sheep jugs or overly sexualized wrestling holds like this. It friggin' pisses me off. And you know the worst part? There's a sequel. But hopefully I won't have to worry about that until next year. I'm A CrowMn for A CrowMn Review. You can follow me on Twitter at A CrowMn or subscribe to the YouTube channel. And World Warriors, thank you for all your love and support this past year. It means the world to me. I'll see you next time.